I see your hand, Honorable Lotrit. I'm going to first ask Advocate Mpofu to conclude his input, and I'll come to you.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. I was just rounding off on the point of order, but I'll finish here. I just want to say to you that the only reason I'm tolerating what you're doing to me is really for the interest of the client. Otherwise, you're not entitled to abuse me like you're abusing me. I'm senior to you in many ways, not just in age, but in many ways, you know it. So you have no right to abuse me. But fine, you've got the power now. You can exercise it, but you'll pay one day. Yeah. But anyway, I was saying, Chairperson, that Pardon?
Are you threatening me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Please conclude what you want to say and attend to that. I would make a ruling.
No, it's not. Actually, it's not a threat, as I said. It's a promise. Yeah.
Thank you, Honourable Lotrit and Honourable Melder.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I would like to place on record that I am extremely concerned regarding what was said and directed at you, Chairperson. In terms of the Powers, Privileges and Immunities Act, no member of Parliament may be threatened to exercise his or her duty. It doesn't matter by whom and in which circumstances. So could we please place that on record, and could we also investigate the matter, because this is a serious breach of that particular act. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Lotrit. Honourable Melder.
Yes, thank you, Chairperson. I'm covered largely, but I want to raise exactly the same point. It is absolutely unheard of what Mr. Mpofu just now did. He threatens you as the chairperson of a parliamentary committee. He's an officer of the High Court. He should know better. And I want you to investigate this in terms of powers and privileges and take the necessary steps. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honourable Mulder. Those were the only two hands I have noted. I want to now, the time is 17 minutes past. Honourable Swele, you're raising your hand?
Chairperson, I have got a problem with my gadget and because of network, but I wanted also to reflect what the two speakers have said, because our understanding, Chair, is that whatever we're doing here should be for the best interest of the country. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but we are mandating you to check that, because we are not here to intimidate each other. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Siwela. Honourable Maote.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Chair. I thought you had said that you're going to open the floor for members, and that's where I was going to come in. That's why I didn't raise my hand earlier. But I don't know if you're moving to making a ruling or you are opening the floor for us to also have a bite.
If you have got any issue you want to raise, please raise it, Honourable Maote, and I'll allow Honourable Walamis after you.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I also want to state that I'm disappointed in the way that you are treating Advocate Mpofu. I mean, you are so impatient. You've allowed Advocate Bauer to go on and on and on, and you've never interjected. And this has been consistent with your the way you conduct yourself in this inquiry. So I'm just saying, go home, do an introspection, and really, it's not always the case that you will like what we say, all of us, but restrain yourself. You are the chair. You should not be biased, not make it too obvious that you are on whose side. That's one thing. Chair, on the issue of a request for postponement, I think we need to be sensible enough and also be understanding enough and try to be as impartial as possible. There is an issue. Nobody has ever thought that the case will be heard today. You didn't know. Nobody knew. It's something that just came in. And I mean, had we all known, I'm sure we would have planned around it. And this request for the postponement would have come earlier. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, for Advocate Mpofu, he sits here in this committee, but he's also serving the client on those matters in court. Unlike Advocate Bauer, we don't know how her workload is. She's always here. But I'm saying, let's afford the PP an opportunity to focus fully because she's got limited resources. She's got only Advocate Dali Mpofu. She doesn't have any other alternative, and Advocate Mpofu and his team must go and prepare for the court. So let us be lenient on them. Let us be sensible enough to afford them that opportunity. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Olamisa.
Thank you, Chairperson, colleagues and evidence leaders, and our witness. The truth of the matter is that there have been some developments which have tended to interrupt our proceedings. And Advocate Dali Mpofu has outlined the problem. What I would suggest is that the evidence leader and Advocate Mpofu and yourself, Chairperson, we need to cool our heads down and sit down and agree, if possible, that at least this week you grant this request by Advocate Mpofu, because the whole country, of course, is interested in this case. And as he said, when you talk about heads of arguments, exchanging of papers, you need more time, and you need to do a little bit of research and even monitor your attendance. Lastly, there is no doubt in anybody's mind that there is a symbiotic relationship between what is taking place in this committee and now the current challenges, which were brought after all by the DA, who complained that the public protector's behavior was not okay, and then we established this committee. It's the same DA which is now challenging the outcome of the court. So let us be careful. If, for instance, there are parties, as it has been alleged, who are involved in this litigation of late, I would even suggest, Chairperson, that we don't sit in the committee to decide this request, that those who didn't challenge it, you can sit. I don't want to be part of a thing which will be classified as having violated the rights of other citizens of South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, General. Mr. Zingula, you'll be the last one. Oh, I see. Honorable Tlhabode.
Yeah, Manbolele Slalo, I think the request coming from the legal representatives of the public protector, it is not unreasonable. Secondly, it is not something that is not in a way intertwined with this particular process. And at the same time, it is not by their doing. As the Advocate Mpofu has correctly stated about the legal processes that are there that require preparation from his side so that his client does not get to be prejudiced. Therefore, I do think, Chair, that given the nature of the predicament that Advocate Mpofu and the public protector face, the postponement must be granted. It is not an indefinite postponement. It is not a postponement that is not warranted.